in a temple or a temple community. So trainings like this will help that not to happen. Prabhupada, especially for our deity, and especially Radha Madan Mohan, this deity was cared for by Srila Prabhupada himself for many, many months, if not longer. And then he also asked Yamuna to make a companion for Krishna Madan Mohan. And she was the one who facilitated the carving of our Radharani. So they are, and we are blessed with and fortunate to have such beautiful Archamurti forms of the Lord to take care of. This evening, you're all here, and I encourage you all to lean in and listen, because ultimately, for our own benefit and our own spiritual growth, if we can become more attentive and more conscious and aware of the art of deity worship. The art of anything means it's a skill, it can be learned. And it's up to each and every one of us really to step into that consciousness, that enthusiasm for service, that when we show up to serve the Lord, we are really and truly have made our best effort to do our very best. I want to just leave you with a few quotes from Srila Prabhupada, because he was so very happy when the deities were taken care of nicely. The more Prabhupada said in 1971, I'm so glad to hear how nicely you are attending the deity. Please continue this activity. The more you beautify the deities, the more your heart will be beautiful, and you will understand Krishna consciousness very distinctly. Another one in 71, if one simply deposits all of his or her loving propensity onto the deity of Krishna, immediately they are relieved of anxiety due to material sense agitation. This is Krishna consciousness. In 1970, when the deities will be radiant, it means the service is going on nicely. And then another one from 1970, one Bengali gentleman from London has sent me a letter praising your decoration of the deities. The exact words he has used is that one cannot turn his face once turning towards the deity. So let's together come tonight. Let's come together tonight, this evening, and over the next few days to really see how we can support and serve each other in our loving service to the deities. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. So I would like to invite Mother Janava to say a few words, because she has been instrumental in setting up the standards and practices over the past many years in our congregation here. So please, Janava Mataji.
Hi Krishna. Hi Krishna Prabhus and everybody, all the Pujari. Thank you so much. I'm very happy that we're doing the training after such a long time. So this training is going to help us, like, how to serve Krishna better and stay refreshed, so that we know, how to serve Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. So let's go over to Manoram Prabhu to start the session. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. I'm still try to find out on my computer it work, but I will start from here. Let me just restart my computer and I will get back because everything in my computer on the slide. Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Before I will start, I will just do a little bit of Mangalacharan. Om Jnanatimidandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya चक्षुरुर्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति शपदन्तिकं। वन्दे अहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमोऽयं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यः वैष्णवेभ्यः नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you so much, and I'm very sorry that technical inconvenience, because in our internet got shut down, so I just went inside and reset it. So I hope my internet will be work now, and I'm just try to get in there. Okay, I'm in.
Did we lose him completely?
No, sorry. Actually, I'm muted.
He is on the other one, so he's just trying to get onto that other account he is logged in with.
Right. So now I think everyone can hear me, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mata, and thank you so much, all the Prabhus. And so as Mother Anand Vrindavan and Mother Janava mentions about our deity worship, how important it is. So this is normally we are doing a refreshment course of deity worship. So we'll have some normal information. What's normally is very important for our regular deity worshiping in the temple. So I will go and share. Shit. Oh, what should I share it? Can you see my?
Yes, Prabhu.
Sorry, I think tomorrow we're not going to have any problem. So as Mother Ananda Vrindavani mentioned, and also over here, we have something more about Srila Prabhupada's. We have a big, huge quote. So regarding the deity worship, the standard of deity worship must be kept in a very high in all our ISKCON center. The Srila Prabhupada's mentioned, requested to everyone, to our all ISKCON center have to be kept the standard. There should be no questions or decrease, only how to increase in the quality and opulence of our Archana offering. Raghunandan Prabhu, can you read last two paragraphs?
The greatest danger to our movement will come when we manufacture and create our own process for worshipping the deities. The deity worship should be done just in the way it was carried out in my presence. You should see that such a high standard is maintained and that there are no irregularities. Irregularity means break. Srila Prabhupada also said, I have invited Krishna and he may not be insulted by disrespectful behavior. I have introduced this system of deity worship amongst the non-believers, the atheists, the mlechas, the yavanas, and I pray to Krishna that I am inviting you to come. So please, because you are seated in their hearts, please give them the intelligence how to serve you so that you may not be inconvenienced.
Thank you so much. So after this, Srila Prabhupada also mentions, by grace of Lord, by mercy of Lord, our devotees are doing really good. So now we want to go with the position of the Brahmanas who can do the deity worship. The deity worship must be done when you are a Brahmins. So position of the Brahmins here. So Mother Ananda Vrindavani, can you read please this tiny word?
If you can also zoom it a little bit, it will be more visible. It's slightly smaller.
I think I can manage it, but position of a Brahmana, as far as Diksha is concerned, one should consult the Madhya Lila 15.108. On the whole, when a person is initiated according to the Pancharatrika Vidhi, he has already attained the position of a Brahmana. This is enjoined in the Hari Bhakti Vilas 2.12. Yatha kanchanatam yati kamiyam rasa vidanata tata diksha vidanena dvijatvam jayate rinam. As bell metal can be turned into gold when treated with mercury, a disciple initiated by a bona fide guru immediately attains the position of a Brahmana.
What a beautiful example from Hari Bhakti Vilas the Srila Prabhupada gave. Many times, many people said, oh, look at, he's not a Brahmana by birth. He's a Javanas, he's a Shudras, or, they're doing the deity worshipping. But Srila Prabhupada make everyone is Brahmanas based on the Shastras. Now, there is some more of the Brahmanas quotations are here. Maybe who can read?
Just choose somebody so it goes faster.
Yeah, maybe we can request Mother Padma Malini to read.
I can try. Brahmana, there's a similar statement made by Nilakanta, a commentator on the Mahabharata. Shudrapi Shamadyupeto, Brahmana eva Brahmano pi, Kamadyupeta Shudra eva. Although one may be born in a Shudra family, if he is endowed with the Brahminical qualities, beginning with Shama, control of the mind, He is to be accepted as a Brahmana. Although one may be born in a Brahmana family, if he is endowed with the qualities beginning with kama, lust, he is to be considered a Shudra. No one should present himself as a Brahmana simply on the basis of being born in a Brahminical family. One must be qualified by the Brahminical qualities mentioned in the Shastras, particularly the Bhagavad Gita 18.42, another Bhagavad Gita 14.26, and more details. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 24, 331 purport.
Thank you. So on that verse in Bhagavad Gita, mentioning you must be know, Shamodamo tapo shocham kantireva yevacha jnanam vijnanam astikam brahma karma shabhavajam. And also in Haribhakti Vilash, I mentioned that Jarmana jayate shudra samaskarat bhavet dvija Veda pathat bhavet vipra brahma janaiti iti brahmana. By birth is everyone is Shudra. Then when the samaskars take place as a upanayanam or upavitam samaskaraha, then that person shall become a dvija, meaning the second birth is getting. Then he start reading the Vedas. Then he become a vipra. And by reading the Vedas, Vedantas, as Srimad Bhagavatam, and all the Vedic scriptures, and he will make himself on that standard of the Brahmana. So he will know the Brahma, who is the Param Brahma. So Brahma Janaiti iti Brahmana. Now, we do worship as a Pancharatrik Vidhi. What is the Pancharatri? What is the 5 Ratris are there? Which one is just in a next slides. Ramchandra Priya Prabhu, could you please read?
Sure, Prabhu. Srila Prabhupada introduced in ISKCON deity worship. Lord Chaitanya and the 6 Goswamis recommended the system of deity worship Srila Prabhupada introduced into ISKCON. It is known as the Pancharatrika system of deity worship. What is Pancharatrika? Abhigaman, Upadan, Yog, Ijya, Swadhyaya. Abhigaman, wake up, what is that?
Wake up. Oh. Wake up, sorry.
Wake up, Pratakarma, clean dress, Tilakam, clean temple, exact, till Mangala Aarti.
Okay, so thank you so much, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
So Pancharatrika, we always worship, we say we are following the Pancharatrika Pradeep or Pancharatrik. We are the Pancharatrik Brahmin. So the Pancharatrik Brahmin, ultimately, there's the 5 Ratris. And Narad Muni gave this, the 5 method of worship. So this is ultimately, this is method means all 5 are connecting with our deity worship. The first is Abhigaman. So today's subject is Abhigaman. So as you hear the Abhigaman, the very first thing is the Brahmanas wake up. After the wake up, in our books, in training books, having there, that's sometimes we wake up, we just wash our face, wash our mouth, and then we will start chanting it. But it's mentioned in the pratakal, means the morning time, when you take a sleep of Diprahar, means 2 prahar, means 6 hours. Then after you wake up, you must take shower. So there is a shower, 4 variety of showers are mentioned by Srila Prabhupada. One snanam is called Varuna Snanam. So Varuna Snanam means you're taking shower by water. Another is a Tirtha Snanam, means Ganga Adi, holy rivers, you're taking bath. Another Snan Sometimes you're traveling, you're in a flight. After 6 hours of nap, there is no options that you can take complete bath. So over there is a mentioning mantra snana is just simply wash your face and mouth. Take some water and call on that water Gange cha Jamune chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmade Sindhu Kaveri Jale Asmin Sannidhim Kuruhu. And then you sprinkle that water to your head and say Ganga, 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 Ganga. 5 times you take name of Mother Ganges. And all the way end, you're chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And then 5 times of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you're chanting Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam Shadapashvanti Shurayaha Divi Vachakshura Tatam Tad Vipra Shaha Viparanava Jagribam Shashamindhate Vishnu Rujak Paramam Padam. These mantras, it will come later on. And I think all the Brahmanas knows this mantra because this is our purifications mantra. So by chanting these mantras, your mantra snan are ready. So now you can do your chanting, you can do your Gayatri, all you can do. But without doing that, as mentioning, the Brahmana should not start chanting immediately. Okay, another snanam, snanam number 3rd. We take bath in our house. Which one is not a river or normally river? We take in tap snanam. So what about on that? So Srila Prabhupada's mentioning about that also. That time actually, when deity worships are facilitated, that time normally no one have a shower inside the house. It's called muchi. It's not a chuchi at all. The restroom completely outside of the house. Nowadays is like model, modern. If you have a restroom and everything inbuilt it, not, if you don't have attached, it's a backdated. But that's ultimately it was. So Srila Prabhupada mentioned that, nowadays we're taking bath in our houses with a restroom, with a cold or hot shower. So in that time also you make sure when you get in, you invite Mother Ganges there. Tap on inviting Mother Ganges. When you're taking bath, even you don't memorize the mantra, Gange se Jamune Chaiva, just call Ganga, 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 5 times Ganga, and meditating that you're taking bath of Mother Ganga. Okay, after you take bath, you must wear a clean cloth. Clean cloth means which cloth ultimately you didn't eat, you're wearing it and you ate something. So it's washed clean cloth. You are wearing it. Dress code of the cloth. What kind of cloth you should wear? Oh, before that, sorry, I forgot. The system of the snanam. Sannyasi are taking bath 3 times a day. Is required 3 times a day. Brahma Muhurta, Dipraharaha, and Sandhakala. It's after Sandhya. Then Grihastha and Banaprastha, who was staying in house with family, they are taking 2 times snanam. The Brahmin Grihasthas must be take twice snanam a day, twice. One is morning, another one any times after noon. And which Banaprasthas left the house, and staying in some temples, traveling, that Banaprastha also have to take 3 times a day shower. Brahmachari, according to Shastras, if they take only 1 shower in the Brahma Muhurtas, that's enough for them. That's them. 3 Brahmachari, Banaprastha, and Sannyasi and Grihasthas, Snana Vidhi. How many times they should take bath?
Prabhu, one question. So you said, like, if you sleep more than 2 prahar, you have to take a shower, right? What about you take a 1 hour nap in the afternoon?
No, it's if you take nap on at least 6 hours, only that time's a requirement of shower. If you take a nap of 1 hour, you won't come. And I would request that if anybody have any point of questions, you can write down a notepad, and then we'll come for question answer session. So then we'll discuss on that time. But thank you, Nityananda Prabhu. Okay. Cloth. I mentioned Sannyasi and Brahmachari are wearing a saffron cloth. Saffron cloth are completely renounced cloth, and that cloth should not be worn by a grihastha and Banaprastha. Srila Prabhupada mentioned sometime on some special occasions, might be the pujaris are wear a different color of cloth, but it should not be a saffron if they are grihasthas. Grihasthas have a coat of the cloths. Obviously, as Prabhupada mentioned, the white, cream, yellow, or yellowish. It should not go more darker. It's like black, red, and obviously not saffron. We have to be careful. And this dress codes for the Prabhus only. And Mataji's, also Srila Prabhupada emphasized there, the Mataji's shari should not be a very shining, should not be a very darker, and that cloth are not have any qualities to enter to the altar. And after you're wearing cloth, specifically, you're not wearing complete cloth. You're wearing one cloth, then you are going to tilakam. Tilakam, as everyone is wearing the tilak, is a very important. All the brahmanas, they must put tilakam. After take bath, always apply fresh tilak on their body. So when we prepare the tilakam on our hand, that time, this is the preparations mantra. This mantra is ultimately a mantra which one you are applying your tilak in the body. And I would request, maybe Brajaradha Mata, can you read first 2 lines of this verse?
Yes, Prabhuji. Lalate keshavam dhyayan narayanam athodhare vakshasthale madhavam tu govindam
Kantha Kupake.
Kantha Kupake.
Kupake. Yeah. Thank you. Shankadhari Prabhu, next 2 lines, please.
Can you hear me, Prabhu?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Vishnum cha dakshine kukasho baho cha madhusudanam trivikrama kandhare tu vamanam vama
Parshake. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Prabhu. Indulekha Mata, could you please read last 2 lines?
Sridharam Vama Bahau Tu Hrishikesham Tu Kandhare Prishthe Cha Padmanabham Cha Katyam Damodaram Nyaset.
Thank you so much. 1 lines are missing here. Which one are actually I tried to find out in somewhere, but I didn't get it. But which one normally, when we came and joined to new devotee in Mayapur, very first things we learned in these mantras. So the last lines was, okay, Pishthetu Padmanabhasya Kattam Damadaram Nasvet Tat Prakshal Lanayanta Bashudevam Muddhani. So Lalate Keshavam. So this is actually a preparations mantra, tilak preparations mantra. If you memorized, until your tilak is ready to apply, this mantra will be over. As Lalate Kesavam Dhayam Narayanam Mathodare Vishnu Stu Madhav. Sorry. Lalate Keshavam Dhayam Narayanam Mathodare Vakhasthaletu. If I see, I couldn't memorize. If I don't see, then I will memorize. Lalare Keshavam Dhayam Narayanam Athodare Vakhasthale Madhavam tu Govinda Kantu Puvaki Vishnu Sradakshina Kusho Bahusya Madhushudanam Trivikraman Skandarestum Bamanam Bama Pashake Shidharam Bambahusyam Rishis Keshan Chakandhare Prishthetu Padmanabhasya Katyam Damodaram Nashvet Tat Prakshalanayanta Basudevaya Muddhani. When tilakams are prepared, how to apply the tilakam in our body? Many times we saw many devotees, not only in here in Washington, D.C., around the globe. We apply the tilak just as like, keeping one long line and we're just putting one dot on the bottom. Srila Prabhupada used to mention, even in Chaitanya Chaitamrita, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is also mentioning that how the tilak should be. Our whole body's tilakam try to be all are same. Yeah, here and there is something will be happen. But this tilakam is called Uddha Pundrakaha. Uddha Pundraka tilakam. We do Uddha Pundrakam. So this top is Uddha Pundrakam. Uddha Pundrakam tilak we are doing. So when we are applying the tilak, try to apply our all body parts are like a same. Is if you see, is like we are keeping the tilakam, all body also over here, and you can see in here, all the same. Yeah, this side is a little bigger. This is the smaller. The face is bigger. So this tilakam we are applying. Why we are applying this tilakam? What is the reason behind? I will just get 3-4 devotees their own understanding that why we apply tilak. Neeraj Prabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, why we apply tilak in our body? You're mute, Prabhu.
He's unmuted now.
I don't know, Prabhu. I don't think I can answer this question.
Okay, not a problem. This is actually, we try to having the understanding. Everyone have their own understanding. So I'm just want to hear. Nityaradha Mata.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I think we apply tilak because when somebody sees us, they think that we are devotees and it reminds them of Krishna.
Okay, thank you. If somebody see, then it's remind to Lord Krishna. Okay, and Prema Sindhu Prabhu.
Yeah, we consider our body as a temple of Lord, and the 2 lines in the tilak, they represent the Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu's feet, and the below what we apply is that represents the tulsi leaf.
Okay, thank you. Indulekha Mata.
Yeah, by applying tilak, we are inviting the Lord to sit in that part of our body, and that reminds us, and that gives us a protection also.
Okay. So this is very nice. Yes. So tilakams are our bodies have a temple. How many temples we have in our body? Iske Dadasha Angaha, Dwadash temple. So Dwadash means 12, And you can see there is a 12 names are there. 12 names are there. So ultimately we're applying tilak. This is we're decorating to Lord's temple. Now, when we come and we are decorating to our temple, in our home temple, we won't make very mess, because the Brahmanas always do very nicely, cleanliness, nice decorations that the Brahmanas do. So that's when you are decorating the temple of Lord on your body, we have to be very careful and try to apply tilak very nicely. As you can see, the pictures over here, the tilakams are there. So when you apply your forehead, your belly button, your chest, kantha, maybe the kantha will be not going to be perfect like that, but the tulasi leaves are visual, and two straight dot also be a small way, it will be visual. Right sides, right bahus, meaning then upper. So that's the every places have to be visible, those tilakas. So after you prepare this tilakam, what is the tilak mantras? Okay, here. So I would request to read. Let me pull up the name. Divyanand Prabhu.
Krishna Prabhu.
Please read the name of the tilakas.
Yes, Prabhu. Forehead, Shri Keshavaya Nama. Abdomen, Shri Narayana Nama. Chest, Shri Madhavaya Nama. Throat, Shri Govindaya Nama. Right waist, Shri Vishnavaya Namaha. Right forearm, Shri Madhusudanaya Namaha. Right shoulder, Shri Trivikamaya Namaha. Left waist, Shri Vamanaya Namaha. Left forearm, Shri Sridharaya Namaha. Left shoulder, Shri Rishikeshaya Namaha. Nape of neck, Shri Padmanabhaya Namaha. Lower back, Shri Damodaraya Namaha. Head, Shri Vasudevaya Namaha.
Okay, so these tilak mantras, please try to memorize. And when you apply tilak, this is just, you do 2-3 times. I will share this mantra with our groups, so then you can, learn from there, these mantras. When you're preparing the tilak, you just chant the mantra, and if your tilak are already prepared, you just touch, as like, we are doing Ganga water, you just touch and chant those mantras. And when you apply the tilak, please chant these mantras. Head, Sri Vasudevaya Namaha. So heads are ultimately, if there is any tilaks are remaining, a little bit on hand, very tiny bits, so that's just going to your head, Tat Prakshalanayanta Vasudevam Muddhani, on our head, Sri Vasudevaya Namaha. So we hear the glory of tilaks that we are decorating to our body. Now, as Mother Indulekha mentioned, it's protect ourselves too. So there is in Garga Samhita having a tilak mahatma, the mahima, the glory of tilakam. Well, very quickly we'll listen that, even though we're having very short time. So I will try to wrap up very quick. So let's go through our reading. First 3. Shankarshan Nitai Prabhu, if it is possible for you to read 15 to 18. Are you there, Prabhu?
Maybe we can call on somebody else.
Okay, Ram Hanuman Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, I joined from phone and I have difficulty reading it.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Maybe Mother Ananda Vrindavan.
I can. Text 15, simply by hearing about Gopi Bhumi, which is so named because the gopis resided there, one becomes free from the bondage of karma. In the Gopi Bhumi, Gopi Chandana was manifested from the gopis' cosmetics. A person who marks his limbs with Gopi Chandana tilaka attains the results of bathing in the Ganga. A person who daily wears Gopi Chandan tilaka attains the pious results of daily bathing in all the sacred rivers. A person who daily wears Gopi Chandana tilaka again attains the results of performing 1,000 Ashvamedha yagyas and 100 Rajasuya yagyas. He attains the result of giving charity and following vows at all holy places. He attains the goal of life. Of this, there is no doubt. Shall I continue or that's enough?
No, yeah, that's it. So let's hear from Parameshwari Mata from 19 to 22.
Twice as sacred as the mud of the Ganga is the dust of Chitrakuta. 10 times more sacred than that is the dust of Panchavati Tirtha. Text 20. 100 times more sacred is the dust of Gopi Chandana. Please know that Gopi Chandana is equal to the dust of Vrindavana. Text 21. Even if in the past he has committed hundreds of sins, if a person wears Gopi Chandana Tilak, then Yamaraja cannot take him away. How then can Yamaraja messengers touch him? Text 22. A sinner who daily wears Gopi Chandana Tilaka goes to Lord Krishna's supreme abode, Goloka, which is beyond the world of matter.
Thank you, Mata.
Thank you.
Okay. Jagannath Priya Prabhu, could you please read from 23 to 27?
Sure. Actually, Hari Radhika will wait. She's here.
Okay, Hari Radhika.
Okay, text 23. In Sindhu Desa, there was a king named Dirgha Bahu. He was cruel and sinful, and he was addicted to visiting prostitutes. Text 24. While he was on earth, this cruel sinner murdered 100 brahmanas and 10 pregnant women. Text 25. One day he mounted a Sindhu horse and went hunting. With a flood of arrows, he accidentally killed a brown cow in that hunt. Text 26. One day, greedy to get his kingdom with a sharp sword, his angry minister killed him in the forest. Should I continue?
27 till 27.
Oh, 27. Seeing him fallen to the ground and dead, the Yamdutas came, bound him, and joking as they went, took him to the city of Yamraja.
Thank you. Anandarupa Mata from 28 to 33.
Seeing this sinner brought before him, powerful Yamraj said to his scribe Chitragupt, "What is the proper punishment for him?" Sri Chitragupt said, "O great king, he should be thrown into 8,400,000 hells for as long as the sun and the moon shine in the sky. On the earth, he did not perform a single pious deed. He killed 10 pregnant women. He killed a brown cow." Should I read further?
Yes, Mata, till 33.
He killed thousands of deer in the forest. He offended the demigods and the Brahmins. He is a great sinner. Sri Narad said, then by Yamraj's order, the Yamdutas took that sinner and threw him into a terrible 8,000-mile wide cauldron of bubbling, boiling oil in the hell of Kumbhi Pak. Thus, the moment that sinner came to it, the boiling oil, which was as hot as the great fires at the time of cosmic devastation, suddenly became cool. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Haripriya Mata, can you read from 34 to 39? Are you there, Haripriya Mata?
Yeah. O king of Vidura, as Prahlad was unhurt in the same estimation that sinner was not hurt by the halting oil, boiling oil. Then the Yamduta described that great wonder to noble-hearted Yamraja. I cannot read without
Okay. I know. That's okay. Is Gopi Priya Mata, are you there? Okay. Sudarshan Devi Dashi's, no, she's not there. Okay. Krishnanand Prabhu, can you please read from 35 to 39?
Yamaraj and Chitrangada carefully received the sinner case and concluded that while he was on the earth, he had not for a moment performed carefully saintly and noble-hearted Yamaraj asked Vyasdev the following questions. 37. Sri Yamaraj said, when a certain sinner who had never performed even a single pious deed was thrown into the terrible boiling oil of a kumbhapika, the oil suddenly became cool because of this. My mind is not tortured with doubts. 39. Vyasdev said, O great king, the intelligent sages who have studied all the scriptures note that the ways of piety, sin, and spiritual progress and very subtle and difficult to understand. Somehow or other, by destiny, this sinner did perform a past deed, and by the deed of they become purified. O noble-hearted one, please hear the story of this. That sinner died in a place where from some Gopi Chandan from Dwarka had accidentally fallen. Dying the Gopi Chandan, that sinner become purified. Finish? 42. A person who wears Gopi Chandan attain a spiritual form like the Lord Narayan. By seeing one become free of the sea of killing Brahman. Continues, Prabhu. Text 43 and 44. Sri Narad said, hearing this, Yamaraja, who understand the glories of Gopi Chandan, took the sinner, placed him in an airplane that goes anywhere and sent him to the Vaikuntha, which is above the worlds of matter. So I cannot see any.
Hare Krishna, Manoran Prabhu, you're on mute.
Text 45. One who hears this account of Gopina's glories become exalted. He goes to the supreme word of Lord Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead. Very well.
Thank you so much. So it was quite long glory of Tilak. So even you are coming for service or you're not coming for service, you're a Brahmana, you are the Tilak. One times we asked many sannyasis are together, they're giving classes in Mayapur during Gaur Purnima time. There is 6 gurus. Excuse me. They're giving classes parallelly in a same time. So everyone have a 15-minute time session. So that time, the questions came that for our workplace, sometimes we go to work, how we'll apply the tilak in our body. Sometimes in workplace, there is a lot of difficulties to apply the tilak. So many things came, but one thing came said is like, if there is really can't wear the tilak, make sure you do water tilak, as called the jala tilakam. Just take the water, but chant the mantra. Chant the mantra and meditating, you are applying gopi tilak. But you know what? In these days, we are very lazy. Even when we stay in home, we're not going anywhere. I know after taking that, they say, Shastra said already, do the jala tilakam. So let's do the jala tilakam. So please do not take the advantage that will be counted. As you know, the Chitraguptas already added 13 cameras with us. So he are closely monitoring us, recording every single minute. So be careful, okay? We almost time are going, so I'm not going to go for more details. We will have another details class on that. So after we done the tilakam, then what we have to do? Then we have to do the achamanam. Achamanam are the very important. After tilakam, if you don't do achaman, ultimately your bath and tilak are not complete. So this complete achamanam are not required if you are not going to the altar, but the brahmanas should do the 4 standard achamanam as Om Keshavaya Namaha, Om Narayanaya Namaha, Om Madhavaya Namaha, and washing hand on Gomindaya Namaha, and sprinkling the water, Vasudevaya Namaha. And then you are chanting a mantra, this Om Tada Vishnu Paramam Padam Shadapashwanti Shurayaha Divi Vachakshuratatam Tadaviprasha Viparanava Jagribam Shashamindhate Vishnu Jat Paramam Padam. But you make sure when you coming for service, either you are just coming for offering Bhoga and Arti, either Prabhuji's or our respected matas. Everyone should follow this complete achaman. Now, what is that complete achamans are? I would request to Raghunandan Prabhu, if you can chant first 5 mantras.
The achaman procedure, the first 5 mantras. Chant Om Keshavaya Namaha and sip water from
Wait, I dropped my
Brahma
card.
Tirtha of your right hand.
Go ahead.
Chant Om Narayanaya Namaha and sip water from the Brahma Tirtha of your right hand. Chant Om Madhavaya Namaha and sip water from the Brahma Tirtha of your right hand. Chant Om Govindaya Namaha and sprinkle water on your right hand. Chant Om Vishnave Namaha and sprinkle water on your left hand.
Okay. Brahma Tirtha. What is the Brahma Tirtha on our hand? Divanand Prabhu, do you know where is our Brahma Tirtha in our hand?
I'll do a guess, Prabhu. I think it's the middle of the hand.
Middle on the hand? No.
No.
Along before I mentioned, you forget might be. So this is the Brahma Tirthas. So over here, when we are drinking, normally if you see many times, when you do achaman, one time you're doing achaman and you're washing your hand, right? according to this, normally you should not wash your hand, because what you need to wash hand if by chance your mouth touch on the middle. Okay, so that's why you have to do Achaman with the Brahma Tirthas. You don't need to wash your hand. Okay. Om Keshavaya Namaha, Om Madhavaya Namaha, okay. Om Narayanaya Namaha. So then you're washing your right hand, Govindaya Namaha, left hand, Vishnave Namaha. Now, next, maybe Prema Sindhu Prabhu, next 5 mantras, can you do?
Yes, Prabhu. Chant Om Madhusudanaya Namaha and touch your right cheek with the fingers of your right hand. Chant Om Trivikramaya Namaha and touch your left cheek with the fingers of your right hand. Chant Om Vamanaya Namaha and wipe above your upper lip with the base of your right thumb. Chant Om Sridharaya Namaha and wipe below your lower lip with the base of your right thumb. Chant Om Rishikeshaya Namaha and sprinkle water on both the hands.
Thank you. Now, this fingering, many times we don't understood what ultimately they are saying, what the fingerings are. So I will show you the fingers, okay? So when you are, after you are washing the hand, both hand, now you are, see, this is all finger together. All finger together on right side. Om Madhusudanaya Namaha, Om Trivikramaya Namaha, okay, cheek. Om Madhusudanaya Namaha, Om Trivikramaya Namaha, all the fingers, these 2 times. Now, this is our Angustika, right? Angustika, Vidhanguli. So, on Angustikas, over here in the middle, so that's actually is going like this on your top lips, going this and coming back this. Okay, so if when it's going this, so you are chanting Om Vamanaya Namaha, Om Shidharaya Namaha. Then you're washing your hand, both hands. Okay, washing your hand. Om Rishikeshaya Namaha, taking some water with the Achaman, spoon and sprinkling your feet. Oh, yeah, sprinkling on your feet. That's we didn't read yet. So let's hear from Sarva Prabhu. Next 5 mantras. Are you there, Sarva Prabhu?
I am here.
Okay.
Chant Om Vasudevaya Namaha. Touch your upper and lower lips with the tips of the fingers.
Prabhu, start from Padmanabhaya Namaha.
Padmanabhaya or Pradimnaya?
Padmanabhaya. Om Padmanabhaya Namaha. Start from.
Chant Om Padmanabhaya Namaha. And spray on your feet.
Sprinkle water on your feet. Yeah.
Sprinkle on your feet. Chant Om Damodaraya Namaha and sprinkle water on the top of your head. Chant Om Vasudevaya Namaha and touch your upper and lower lips with the tips of the fingers of your right hand. Chant Om Sankarshanaya Namaha and touch your right nostril with your right thumb and forefinger. Chant Om Pradimnaya Namaha and touch your left nostril with your right thumb and forefinger.
Okay. So now, when you are, after the watering, when you are touching your lips, so it's like tips. Over here, the mention the tips. So tips is which fingers are. Over here, mentioning that's Madhama and Anamika. Madhama and Anamika, as you know, we have the 5 fingers. Angustha, Tarjani, Madhama, Anamika, Kanishtha. So this is, I might be, in India, we learn in our school, in kindergarten also, I learned. So Angustha, Tarjani, Madhama, Anamika, Kanishta. So Madhama and Anamika, these two fingers. So these two fingers, you're holding like this, these two fingers, and you touching upper and down. Okay. With the mantras of Om Vasudevaya Namaha. These two fingers. Now, Nashika, nose. When you are chanting, the first with your right nose, Kanishta and Briddhanguli. Means Kanishta and Angustha. Okay, this is Kanishta and Angustha. Om Shankarashanaya Namaha, Om Pradyumnaya Namaha. Okay, Kanishta and Angustha. Okay, now.
Sorry, just a quick question on that, because it says forefinger, but you're pointing to the little finger, correct? But on the English translation, it says forefinger, which is I think it's different.
Yeah, that's the things. I also see that, but when I check on my deity ministry books, so that ones are mentioning this Angusta and Kanishta.
So
Kanishta is a pinky
finger.
Yeah, pinky,
right,
and tip.
Right. Well, whatever you're going to treat it, let's align ourselves so that whatever is in the deity room matches what you're training us.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
This is the deity rooms actually. Which one I'm giving here? This is the deity rooms. We have this. Okay. Now we're having a eyes mantras. Raghunandan, please go ahead.
Chant Om Aniruddhaya Namaha and touch your right eye with your right thumb.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Go ahead.
Chant Om Aniruddhaya Namaha and touch your right eye with your right thumb and ring finger. Chant Om Purushottamaya Namaha and touch your left eye with your right thumb and ring finger.
Right. So the ring finger is Anamika. So Anamika and Angusta. So that's where touching our eyes and chanting the mantras. Prabhu, next 3 mantras you're doing.
Am I doing it?
Yeah.
Okay. Chant Om.
Sorry, Prabhu, just a second. So in English, ring finger is this or ring finger is this? Madhama.
Next to the little finger.
Okay. Anamika. Right. Yeah. So I was just want to be.
Chant Om Purushottamaya Namaha and touch your left. I did that. Okay. Chant Om Adokshajaya Namaha and touch your right ear with your right thumb and forefinger. Chant Om Narasimhaya Namaha and touch your left ear with your right thumb and forefinger. Chant Om Achyutaya Namaha and touch your navel with your right thumb and little finger. Chant Om Janardhanaya Namaha and touch your heart with the palm of your right hand. Chant Om Upendraya Namaha and touch your head with all the fingertips of your right hand. Chant Om Araya Namaha and touch your right upper arm with the fingertips of your left hand. Chant Om Krishnaya Namaha and touch your left upper arm with the fingertips of your right hand. Now chant the following mantra from the Rig Veda while showing the Pranam Mudra, palms together in front of your heart. Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Suraya Diviva Chakshuratatam Tad Vipraso Vipanyavo Jagravam Sasamindate Vishnur Yat Paramam Padam.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. So these mudras will you have those videos, so we can see it, and also we'll use we'll make one small video with the mudras only, with this Ashman mantras, and we'll post it in our group, so then you can memorize those mudras, and when you come to the temple room, just next to our feet washing sink, if many of you know, it is just there, these mantras. So please follow that, and before you enter to the altar, chant all Achaman mantras, and then get in to the altar. So today is already 8:16, and as we promised that we won't be overtime it, and now I will over to Raghunandan Prabhu to take over, and then what is the next?
We will do next for maybe 10 minutes question and answer session, and if there are additional questions, then we can request the devotees to post it in the group, and then we can address it in tomorrow's session so that we don't go way beyond 8:30.
You can raise the hand for the questions, or?
Yeah, there is one question already that has been posted in the chat window. I think it was from Induleka Mataji. Do the women apply the last tilak that we are talking about, the back of the head tilak?
Okay, this is actually a not a tilak as properly on your head. This some of the you have your hand is clear because you take all the clean work things. So you giving very little bit of water and just applying on your head like this. Prakshalananta Vasudeva Muddhani. So you're not doing the tilakam on the hairs, just you using your hand on your head.
Okay. Jagannath Priya Prabhu.
Yeah, just a humble request. I know not everyone will be available for all sessions, so please make the video available on the group so devotees can watch it, if they're not able to attend all those 3 sessions. Thank you.
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. We are going to post the recording soon after the session is done.
Yeah, I'm not just saying this session, all of them, please. Yep.
Yeah. All that. I'm saying like all these sessions that we are going to do, we will post the recordings immediately.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Ananda Vrindavan Mataji.
You mentioned that we should be wearing clean cloth. So just to confirm, cotton and silk are the proper cloth for altar and kitchen services, or what's the status on jute or other cloths?
Okay, there is a question actually came to our deity worship school, Mayapur Academy, and this question was asked to Janivas Prabhu and Pangajangri Prabhu on 2001, when just Mayapur Academy was just began. So that time Prabhuji said, he asked to Janivas Prabhu, he asked to Srila Prabhupada, because Srila Prabhupada instructed him particularly. I was hearing one videos on TOVP. So that time Janivas Prabhu are mentioning how Srila Prabhupada in 20 minutes pointing to Janivas Prabhu at least 11 times. Train the devotee for Pujari. Train the devotee for Pujari. Because that time only 2 Pujaris on Mayapur. One is Janivas Prabhu, and another one is another one Pujari. So you have very less hand. So it's a train the Pujari. So it's long. So that time Prabhuji is saying, so the jute are not concerned as cleanest, but you can enter to the altar. But it's mentioned the silk and cotton are the best. So silk is like a matka silk, or you see is like I'm wearing it. This is called khadi. So this is 100% pure cotton. So look like a silk. But yeah, But jute also, he said, jute is fine too, to enter to the altar. For matas, he particularly mentioned the matas is in India doesn't have concern the matas goes to the altar, but he always mentioned the matas is always wear silk and cotton saris for the altar.
Right. Okay, good. Because it's very often not easy to tell if something is jute or not, or if it's a poly mix. So are you recommending we just be very careful and wear silk or cotton for altar?
Yeah, we would recommend that, pujaris must be try to wear cotton or silk in the altar. Try. Sometimes might be some people doesn't have access on that, and might be they have only jutes. So, until they get the new pairs, they can use it, but try to avoid.
Okay. And polyester is not allowed?
No, polyester is definitely not allowed in the altar. Thank you, Mata.
Induleka Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah, Raghavendra Prabhu, you mentioned that we can post questions in the WhatsApp group, but that WhatsApp group is a closed group. Only admins are able to access that.
You
can have to open it.
You can send it to me, and I will collect them and get them answered. No questions will be missed.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Raghavendra Prabhu, perhaps you should put your email in the chat so that everybody knows where to send their questions.
Yes, Mataji, I will post that in the group.
If nobody else has a question, I have another one. You mentioned about some questions about taking a nap longer than an hour. I was trained that a nap underneath an hour is fine, but anytime a nap is longer than an hour, you would need to take a shower upon waking. So that was my training.
Yeah, it's old days is normally, we have a golden days, and we trained up in very nicely. At that time, not a lot of smartphones, not of many accessibilities, not of many excuses. We remember, normally in brahmacharis, we don't sleep at all. But even, we sleep more than an hour and a half. We don't feel even comfortable without taking bath to coming out. So, yeah, it's good thing is always, if you can make it, is mentioning the requirement of the snanam 2 times is must. If you take bath even more than that, that's absolutely fine. There is not a problem at all.
Okay. Great.
And also, I'm sorry, want to add one more thing. So this one is like, I miss it. This one is not a must practical, as mentioning. The Brahmanas should have even in their head, nicely saved, and have a shikha on it. Shikha. For the Prabhujis. Shikha on it. And that here you have to make sure you should not have a big hair when you doing the service in the altar. And this will become on 3rd day about our presentation in front of Lord. So that's why I don't actually disclose today. So Prabhu, what is our tomorrow's topic? Raghunandan Prabhu.
Tomorrow's topic, hold on a second, let me get it.
I just have a quick request while you're pulling that up. The mantras and the tilak mantras and the ones that are posted in the Pujari room. It would just be nice to have extra copies of that so that the devotees can, take them with them. I think that might be nice for a compilation of the important mantras and prayers to take. So we can either email them out to everybody or we can have some printouts available too. There's never too much of this, of easy access to all of these.
So we have our special Prabhujis here.
Oh my goodness. We are blessed.
Hello, everybody. Hare Krishna.
Jai Pushpavan Prabhu, the original Pujari.
I'm here on family business, family duties, and I just wanted to come see the temple and to see the progress, and I hear your voice. So everything is complete now, you know. Indraleka, Hare Krishna. Everyone looks a little older. That's to be expected. Okay, I'm going to butt out now. Everything looks beautiful here. The altar looks so simple to me. In Alacho, it's so busy, and the eye is just so much to see. And here, I kind of like the simplicity of it. I find this very pleasing.
Well, thank you. We shall accept your butting in as a divine intervention. And you know, when they say a Brahmana shows up, that is unexpected, right? It's a very auspicious sign. So this is very encouraging. We're trying to ensure that our worship of the deities at the temple is always the best we can be. So thank you. Thank you for jumping in.
Okay, thank you for that. I'm going to jump out now. Maybe that's adios. Hare Krishna, everybody.
So tomorrow's session, I think it's on the standards of deity worship, the deity services on the altar, deity services during Abhishek, the mood and the dress code. Those things are going to be covered tomorrow.
Someone has, I think,
yeah,
there is one more.
Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, I have a question on Achman. I went to West Virginia and I saw that everyone was taking Achman while sitting down. And here we take by standing. Is there some sort of a rule that you have to sit down or stand, or?
Technically, yes, there is a law that Achman should be done just after Tilakam, and Tilakam should be taking place sitting in an asana. When you're sitting in an asana, you apply the tilak. After Tilakam, you're doing Achamanam. Now, over here, you know, the Achaman can be done in our Pujari room, excuse me, with your, what I would say, folding your leg and, you know, sit on that way, one leg in the up, and one leg is down, and you're doing Achaman. You know, so my feet is like this.
You mean like kneeling, like
right. So like it's like this. Okay. You know, so you're doing this.
Like Garudasana.
Right.
Garudasana.
Right. Garudasana.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. So should we, Prabhu, at home, should we, like when we apply tilak, should we also do Achman from home before coming to the temple?
Yes, Prabhu. You must.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Okay, I think we have reached the 8:30 mark. So if there are any additional questions, I will post my email address, and you can also WhatsApp me if you have any additional questions. If you think of any more questions overnight or tomorrow, so I will collate them and then I will send it over to Manoram Prabhu. So thank you all very much for joining today's session and also participating by reading the sections and also asking thoughtful, relevant questions. So thank you very much. And thank you, Manoram Prabhu, for presenting the Achaman and the Tilak process to all of us. So looking forward to the next two sessions. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, everyone. Again. So, Vancha Kalpataru Vasya Kripa Sindhu Bhya Vacha Putitanang Pavone Bhya Vishnu Bhya Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samveta Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. All glories to all the Brahmana and Brahmanis ki jai. Dandavad Pranam. See you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.